Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Now I know it has been a very long time, but today I've got something very special for you. I've just finished watching the Goodwood Speed Week or Goodwood Speed Weekend at the Goodwood Motor Circuit. I was watching it on the live stream and I've basically spent all of Saturday and Sunday watching it. It was absolutely incredible. The racing was fantastic as always, and we got to see some different cars there because the track was opened up to more modern vehicles. And one of the highlights of the event for me was the timed shootout, where they were trying to break the lap record around the Goodwood Motor Circuit, which was a 1 minute 19, and they beat it. Nick Padmore in a 1989 Arrows A11 managed to do a 1 minute 9.9, which was an absolutely sensational lap. Now when I watched that, I thought, I wonder if I can do any better, and that's exactly what we are going to try today. I've tried to replicate the cars that were used in the actual shootout as best as I can. Haven't got all of them, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. First up, we have the 2013 Lotus Exige V6 Cup. Coming into the chicane now, the Lotus accelerates down to the line and ends up crossing it with a time of 1 minute 25.846 seconds. Next up is the 2011 Lexus Lfa, which was driven by Abby Eaton over the weekend. Coming out of the chicane then, that glorious V10 starts to sing on its way down to the line, which it crosses with a time of 1 minute 27.103. The 2017 Ford GT is our next supercar to be driven around the Goodwood Motor Circuit. Looked like a really quick lap by the Ford GT there. Let's see what time it does. And it does a 1 minute 23.436, our quickest yet. Next is the beautiful Ford Capri RS 3100 from 1974. This one was originally driven by Jochen Mass. Slightly messy end to the lap there, but this car was beautiful to drive. I want to drive more of it actually, having driven it today. So going down to the line then, and the Ford Capri does a time of 1:25.862. Now the next car we are driving was kind of there at the actual Goodwood Motor Circuit today was the 3-litre CSL. This is the 3.5-litre CSL from the IMSA series, but I've tried to get the livery as similar as I can. Doesn't that BMW just sound glorious? Coming down to the line then, it crosses it with a time of 1 minute 24.450 seconds. Next up we have the 1978 Porsche 935, or it's more commonly known as Moby Dick. I absolutely love this car. The turbo was insane. It was turned up to 100%. And as with all of the runs in this video, they were done pretty much on the first attempt. There were a couple of cars that I took 2 or 3 attempts just because I span mid-lap. But pretty much all of them were done in one take. By far the quickest car that I've driven so far today, the Porsche 935 Moby Dick from 1978 crosses the line with a time of 1 minute 21.587 seconds. Carrying on with our touring car, racing car theme, we have got the 2018 Ford Focus ST British touring car, this one driven by Tom Chilton. This car was really nice to drive. It was really predictable, limited by the fact that I couldn't change the gearing and it was just a little bit too short. But anyway, it crosses the line with a time of 1 minute 23.721 seconds. Going across the pond now for our NASCAR. This is a 2017 Toyota Camry and it was driven by Kyle Busch in period. This car had no ABS, and as you can see, I locked up a few times during the lap, but it was quite fun to drive on a circuit, weirdly. But anyway, the NASCAR crosses the line with a time of 1 minute 23.182 seconds, with a nice big lock-up to end the video. Now we are doing something slightly different. This is a 2020 Toyota Supra time attack car. Now, in the actual time shootout of the real event, it was a Toyota Supra GT4 car, but we didn't have one of those, so instead we've got a time attack. Let's see how quickly it can go around the Goodwood Motor Circuit. This car is like a little rocket. So coming out of the chicane, hitting the allow pedal, running down to the line, and the Toyota Supra time attack car crosses it with a time of 1 minute 16.194 seconds. Moving into our Le Mans style section of the timed shootout, a slightly messy getaway there. We are starting with the 2019 Audi R8 Lms Gt3 car. This was driven by, I want to say Tom Christensen, but it wasn't. It was driven by Gordon Shedden at the actual event. Let's see how quickly it can do the Goodwood Motor Circuit. Another really nice, predictable car to drive, one I want to drive more of in the future on the Assetto Corsa. But anyway, the Audi R8 crosses the line with 1 minute 16.543 seconds. One of my favourite cars next is the 1970 Ferrari 512S. It just sounds like a racing car should sound, that V12 engine. Let's see how quickly it can go around the Goodwood Motor Circuit. How good does Overrun sound in this car? I love the Ferrari V12 so much. So the 512S crosses the line with a time of 1 minute 18.453 seconds. Now for the next car we are going to jump ahead 18 years to 1988 with the Jaguar XJR9LM. Now this is the silk cut Jag. I absolutely love this car. There were like 4 of these, I think, at Goodwood this weekend, doing a Tom Walkinshaw Racing celebration, but one of these did compete in the timed shootout and it did pretty well as well, so let's see how quickly I can drive it around the track. Coming out of the chicane then, the big cat Jaguar crosses the line with a time of 1 minute 15.272 seconds. Sticking with Le Mans, we have now got the 2009 Peugeot 908 HDI. Now this car mod was weird because it seemed to hit 100% brake power at about 20% pedal movement. So trying to brake in this thing I found really difficult. So I will tell you now, it probably can go quicker, just not with me driving it. This car wasn't actually there this weekend, it was supposed to be, but unfortunately it couldn't make it, and it crosses the line with a time of 1 minute 15.467 seconds with another nice lockup. Now we've got one of my favourite Le Mans cars, the 1999 Bmw V12 Lmr. I think this car sounds absolutely amazing, so let's see how quickly I can drive it around the track. Going into the chicane then, coming out, accelerating down towards the line, the BMW V12 Lmr does a 1 minute 9.299 seconds. We are now moving into our Formula 1 segment, and we are going to start with the 1971 Shadow Dn1. I think this car is gorgeous, and I'm excited to see how quickly we can go around the Goodwood Motor Circuit. A beautiful car to drive and a great one to start our Formula 1 segment. The Shadow Dn1 does a time of 1 minute 14.953 seconds. Continuing our DFV powered Formula 1 car segment, we have got the 1976 Mclaren M23 driven in period by James Hunt, who took it to the World Championship, and Jochen Mass. This is Jochen Mass's car because it was his car that was at Goodwood this weekend, and he actually signed it as well, which I think is super cool. Accelerating down towards the line then, the McLaren M23 does a time of 1 minute 18.440. I think that was a slightly messy lap because it was way slower than the Shadow. Now we've got another car that was there this weekend. This car absolutely flew. I was amazed at how quick this thing went. I wasn't expecting it to be this fast at all. So this is Gunnar Nilsson's Lotus 77. Let's see how quickly I can drive it around Goodwood Motor Circuit. Coming into the chicane then, getting really close to that wall, accelerating down to the line. The 1976 Lotus 77 does a 1 minute 14.166 seconds. Our next car is the 1988 Arrows A10B. Now this is a turbo Formula 1 car, and the current record is held by Nick Padmore in the 1989 Arrows A11. Now I don't have that car available, and this was the closest I could get to it. Obviously the 1989 car isn't turboed, but I don't have any 89 Formula 1 cars unfortunately. But anyway, watch this lap, it's awesome. How awesome is this car? The Arrows A10B crosses the line with a time of 1 minute 4.826 seconds. Absolutely incredible. Now, Volkswagen were supposed to be at Goodwood this weekend with the id.r with an attempt to break the track record. Unfortunately, due to COVID, they weren't able to make it, so I'm doing it for them. Let's see how quickly I can go in the Volkswagen id.r. This car obviously has the Goodwood Festival of Speed record. Let's see how quickly it can drive around the Goodwood Motor Circuit, accelerating down to the line, and it crosses it with a time of 1 minute 9.114 seconds. Not bad. Now, we couldn't do a timed shootout without driving the daddy of them all, the Porsche 919 Hybrid Evo. Now, this car is absolutely insane. It smashed the Goodwood record when I drove it up there. Let's see how quickly it can drive around this motor circuit. I think it is going to destroy everything else we have driven so far. How quick is this car? It is absolutely insane to drive. It goes exactly where you want it to, into the chicane, out we go, hitting the loud pedal, driving down to the line, and it crosses it with a time of 54.916 seconds. That is absolutely incredible. I cannot believe we have gone that quick. The previous record was 1 minute 19. and we have done a 54.9. Now obviously I've got ideal conditions, pretend tyre blankets, it's a video game, not real life. I don't have to worry about crashing these cars. So obviously I'm going to go a little bit quicker, but wow, sub 1 minute lap time is just insane. I cannot believe it. To put that into perspective, I also drove a 2020 Formula 1 car around there as part of the Formula 1 demonstrations that I've got coming up in future videos, and that did a time of 55 seconds. So this thing, absolutely incredible. Let's have a look at the top 8 leaderboard then. As you can see, the Porsche 919 Hybrid Evo tops the timesheets, followed by the Arrows Megatron A10B with a 1 minute 4.826. Absolutely incredible, that car. I want to drive some more turbo F1 cars around the track. Then the Volkswagen id.r. I wonder how close to that time it would have got in real life, because Nick Padmore did a 1 minute 9.9 in the 1989 Arrows A11, so I wonder how the Volkswagen id.r would have compared with that. Then we've got the Bmw V12 Lmr, which did a very, very respectable 1 minute 9.299, and then we've got our Formula 1 cars, the Lotus 77 and the Shadow Dn1, followed by the Jaguar XJR9, also from 1988, and then finally rounding out the top 8, the 2009 Peugeot 908 HDI FAP. Now I know that would have gone quicker had the brakes worked as I was expecting them to. As I said earlier on in the video, all of these laps were done pretty much first take. There were a couple that I did 2 or 3 laps because I span partway through or something like that. But all of them pretty much were done first take. So as always, hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.